Hippo Balls coming to you live from the Hippo Den. It is Hippo himself, Super Bowl edition. Probably the last week we're getting Hippo Balls for a while, so hope you enjoy it. We'll start with who's back, who's dead, and who's not back but not dead. Starting off with who's back, we got Wokeness. Wokeness is back. Of course, it's 2023, and wokeness is all around us, including the Church of England. The Church of England is going to explore gender-neutral pronouns of God. Most people think of God as a he. Now they're saying he's a they, them. They're also going to bless same-sex marriages, though not allow same-sex couples to marry in their churches. Of course, new pope is pretty liberal, down with the gays. He thinks dogs go to heaven. So church is getting pretty soft after 5,000 years of being pretty hard on these subjects. Following up, we got Jesus. Jesus is also back. There's a He Gets Us campaign, and I don't know if you watched the Grammys, but there was a commercial for He Gets Us, and it's like a black and white commercial with people going through struggles and immigrants from a far land and people that are really happy and kids playing, and then at the end it's like, Jesus, He Gets Us, and you're like, what is this ad? Who sponsored it? Jesus sponsored this ad? Turns out it's the Hobby Lobby owner, and he's putting $1 billion behind this ad campaign for 3 years. Lobby owner guy, I don't think is down for gay marriage or any of that stuff. I think he thinks God is a he, but he is pushing Jesus hardcore. I think $1 billion to spend on Jesus He Gets Us campaign is crazy, but that's not my money. So he can do whatever he wants with it. There's going to be a Super Bowl ad for Jesus He Gets Us, so you'll see it tonight. We're kind of having a little Nicky fight, good versus evil going on, which I'll get into a little more. But church getting a little softer. Hobby Lobby guy trying to push Jesus. Of course, religion's down all over the world. So he's trying to get maybe younger people back into the church. Next up, we got devil worshipping fear from the right. So I don't know if you saw the Grammys, but the pubs are clutching their pearls at Sam Smith and transgender Kim Petras, I believe, performing Unholy. And they come in wearing these like devil red outfits. And they're like really really going after it. And of course, the right thinks that these Hollywood elite are eating babies and drinking blood and devil worshiping. And they're like, I can't believe they're doing this on stage. They're doing a devil seance or whatever. And it's sponsored by Pfizer, and they got the jab, and now they're gay devils. And of course it's ridiculous. The song is called Unholy. Sam Smith is trolling them by being a devil and sticking his tongue out and like fucking the floor with this transgender Kim Petras person. Do I think it's devil worship? Maybe, but joking devil worship. It's not real devil worship. Madonna looked really weird. She was like an alien kind of thing, and she was a little weird devilly too. Whatever. So that's your breakdown of religion. Next up, we got record breaking. This week we had a record that has been standing for a very long time. It's crazy that it got broken. A lot of haters out there were preying on their downfall, and to continue to dominate for this long is crazy. Some were saying they were washed, they were too old. How can they continue to perform at such a high clip for so long? Playing at such a high level. That's right. We are talking about Beyonce. Beyonce broke the Grammy record to become all-time leader in Grammys, surpassing George Solti. George Solti, which is a classical composer or conductor. Classical conductor George Solti. She breaks the records, most Grammys. I don't know what other records have been broken recently, but of course I was talking about Beyonce. Next up, we got State of the Union. State of the Union happened this week. We had Biden get up there, and he did fine. He did fine. The best Biden you're going to get these days. He didn't blow anyone out of the water, but he didn't fall asleep or shit his pants or anything like that. He got booed and hissed the whole time. Marjorie Taylor Greene, being the trashy hoe that she is, was booing and hissing and shouting. Horrible. But Biden, did fine. Did fine. They don't even know. The odds in Vegas are saying he may not even be running in 2024. So we'll see who or what happens there. State of the Union, they also usually have the other party who's not president has someone come up with a rebuttal and say basically the opposite of whatever that person said. So whatever Biden said, Republicans have a rebuttal. Usually that person's the up-and-comer that they're trying to see if they could possibly be president in the future or a high-ranking official in the party. They had Sarah Huckabee Sanders. It doesn't always happen. We had Andrew Gillum a couple years ago. Of course, that didn't work out. You try to see how the public responds. Sarah Huckabee Sanders was the Republican that they put out. Of course, she's the press secretary. She was the press secretary for Trump. Now she's the governor of who knows what, some bullshit corn state. I don't know, but she was like the youngest female governor in whatever state that is. But Sarah Huckabee Sanders came out. And I don't know if she blew anyone out of the water either, really. We also had Mitt Romney talking shit to George Santos, the guy who's a huge fraud who can't stop lying. He was like, "You shouldn't even be here. You're a fraud. You're a bum." Everyone loves Mitt Romney. Team Mitt Romney, best pub out there. I feel like the country as a whole should just get together and be like, listen, really risky both ways. One of us is going to be fucked. Let's just agree for Mitt Romney to be president. It's good enough for both of us. I think America needs Mitt Romney. I'm all team Mitt Romney. Lastly, on Who's Back, we got Palmetto High School, Miami Palmetto Senior High. Crazy. I don't know how we got so good at sports once we left. We were terrible. Before we had like Peanut and Ben, and now we have like all these 5-star athletes. I don't know if we're recruiting, I guess. They beat Columbus 66-64 in overtime to win the district championship in basketball. Crazy. So we're really good at football and basketball now. I don't know how that happened. Its jerseys are super swaggy. They're like the Heat pink and blue ones. It's crazy. I don't know. The school's way better without us there, I guess. Who's dead? Harry Whittington. Harry Whittington was the Texas attorney who went on that hunting trip with Dick Cheney in 2006, and Dick Cheney shot him. He didn't die then, but he's dead now. Harry Whittington, Texas attorney, you're dead. Next up, we got the Chinese spy balloon. The Chinese spy balloon. This was a big deal. The Chinese are spying on us with this balloon, and it's in the air, and all the Republicans were saying that Biden was soft because he didn't shoot it down quick enough. Finally, Biden shoots it down near South Carolina. Then there was a report that comes out that Chinese have been flying these balloons over throughout all of Trump's presidency. There was 3 balloons that flew previously, and we never heard about it. It was never mentioned. Trump didn't do anything about it and never shot them down. So we shot this balloon down, and then Biden gets trigger happy and shot 2 other things down. He shot one thing down in Canada, and then we shot down like a UFO in Alaska. They won't say what it is, but it was an unidentified object that was the size of a small car, and it shot down. So he's shooting down anything in the sky now, showing that he's not a bitch. Good for Biden. Fuck the Chinese spy balloon. It's dead. Next up, we got Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil ends after 21 seasons. I think everyone's done with Dr. Phil. The Catch Me Outside girl, she's back and she's hot, and it's okay to say she's hot now because she's over 18. But Dr. Phil is dead. Tom Brady retired. Tom Brady's dead. He's taking weird underwear photos. Do I think he could come back mid-season if like the Raiders or the 49ers need him? Yes, but I think he's probably just going to take the bag from Fox. They're going to pay him bank to be the announcer. Next up, we got the Nets. The Nets are dead, at least for the time being. They traded away Kyrie Irving for like Spencer Dinwiddie or whatever, and they got an okay haul back for Kyrie. And they were like, all right, we'll build around Durant. You know, we got Ben Simmons. That's the worst contract in the league. He's horrific, but at least we have Durant. Like, we'd still make moves. We're in a decent position so far this season. We're a playoff team, and like, you know, who knows? Kevin Durant in the playoffs, you can do something. Turns out Kevin Durant also wants out. Immediately request to be out. Traded to the Suns. Suns are back. Nets are dead. Nets have a ton of draft picks. They might be back in like 8 years, but they're super duper dead now. It's Ben Simmons and nobody's on the team. They're done. Waiters are dead. I know that Biden's been saying that we're trying to just tax the billionaires and we care about the small people and we don't want to kill anyone who's making under $400K as a family. Turns out that's a lie. They're now trying to do a tip tax. So if you're a waiter or you're in the service industry, you get tipped. They're cash tips. Turns out your company gets incentives for snitching on you, and you get fucked in your taxes. Horrible. Always coming after the working people, whether they're Republicans or Democrats, they're going to fuck you. Lastly, on Who's Dead, we have Machine Gun Kelly. Machine Gun Kelly is super duper dead. Looks like he cheated on Megan Fox. Megan Fox, who of course is amazing, posted, "You can taste the dishonesty. It's all over your breath." Of course, that's a quote from Beyonce Lemonade. It's an Instagram post. She deleted all the photos of Machine Gun Kelly. He's dead. Megan Fox back, possibly. Definitely is back. Machine Gun Kelly never going to find anyone as good as Megan Fox, of course. He's dead. Who's not back but not dead? LeBron James. LeBron James is not back but not dead. He's all-time point leader. Of course he was going to be all-time point leader. You play for that long, you're good. Sure, great career, congrats. But Lakers are in shambles. They lost to the Thunder that game. AD didn't even get up and clap for you. Westbrook had to get traded. You're like 16th in the West. You're dead. They made an okay trade at the deadline, but, LeBron's just out there stat chasing. Congrats on your all-time point leader, but, you play for 40 years. That's what's going to happen. Next up, we got DeSantis Trump beef. Not back, but not dead. Getting to almost back, though. Trump's back on social media, and Trump posts a picture of DeSantis as a teacher drinking with like four 15-year-old girls, and his arms are around them. And he's like, that's not who I think that is it? At Ron DeSantis. And then he's like, no way, that's DeSantis. DeSantis comes out. First of all, I didn't know that DeSantis was a teacher back in the day. And allegedly, from stories, he used to party with the students a lot. And of course, they were underage. DeSantis comes out and doesn't deny any of this and just says, like, I'm focusing on the Florida economy and this is where what goes to die. And Trump's like, so you're saying you were drinking with underage girls and possibly trying to fuck them? Weird vibes from DeSantis. Trump building a lot of steam. DeSantis looked like he had a lead a couple months ago. DeSantis has been doing weird shit lately. He's fallen off. Trump almost back. RNC is going to have to beg Trump to run, even though they said they don't want Trump. Trump back. DeSantis dead. DeSantis-Trump beef heating up. Lastly, we have Tony Romo. Tony Romo came in the booth hot. Everyone was loving Tony Romo. How he's able to break down a play immediately. How he has all this knowledge as a QB. How he's so charming. Turns out he got a little too big for his britches. He has not studied at all, and he's just coming in shooting from the hip in these games. They had to have an intervention because he was falling off so badly in the booth. He's not prepared. He's regressing greatly. That's what happens when they have to worry about giving these like ex-players huge bags to be there. You have to worry about Tom Brady. They're about to pay him like $500 million over 10 years. What if Tom Brady sucks? You don't know. Greg Olson's okay, but Tony Romo had to be intervened. I don't know how an intervention works like that, but I guess they sat him down and told him to just stop sucking. Pig picks of the week. Pig picks of the week. This is my favorite day of the year almost, other than the NFL draft. Super Bowl prop betting, my favorite. You get to bet on tons of fun stuff. You get to bet on commercials, the coin flip, the national anthem. All right, so we're first starting off with some normal props. Jalen Hurts over 31.5 pass attempts. He's averaging 29.9 pass attempts per game, and he has not cleared 25 in either playoff game. But game script matters, of course. You're playing the Chiefs. You're playing Patrick Mahomes. They're going to try to air it out all day. Whether you're playing from behind or not, it's going to be a shootout. Jalen Hurts over 31.5 pass attempts. He's going to have to be a regular quarterback today, more likely than not. Next up, we got Mahomes under 289.5 passing yards. He's hit 290 in 12 of 19, but the Eagles have not allowed more than 216 passing yards in 1 of 19 games. So they only have one guy over 216. Sure, is Mahomes better than everyone they played? Yes. Is he going to clear 289.5? I think not. Next up, we got Dallas Goedert over 44.5 receiving. He's over 44 in 10 of 14 games so far this season. Chiefs are middle of the pack against tight ends. I like Dallas Goedert over 44.5. Now on to the fun stuff. Coin toss. I always go heads. Tails never fails, and I always lose the coin toss, but I'm going heads again. It's going to hit heads. National anthem. This year we got Chris Stapleton, country music legend Chris Stapleton. And the over-under has changed a little bit in a few days. It was at over 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Now it's over 2 minutes, 3 seconds. Someone knows something. There's a guy, the Maestro, not Maestro, who studies the national anthem every year for the Super Bowl. I've not looked at his pick this year. I'm shooting from the hip. He's a country guy. Luke Bryan did 2 minutes and 4 seconds a few years ago. I like over 2 minutes and 3 seconds. It's more fun to pick the over. I remember I picked the under a couple years ago. I think it was Pink. And Pink did Home of the Brave twice and fucked me. And they counted both on the Home of the Brave and the Home of the Brave. Ridiculous. It should have ended on the first Brave. I got cheated of my money. I'm taking the over 2 minutes and 3 seconds. I think he does 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Past 15 Super Bowls over 8 times, by the way, on the national anthem. Commercial to play first. As you know, M&M's bitched out and took away their spokes candies because Tucker Carlson and the right got really mad that the purple one was fat. And now they have Maya Rudolph. So allegedly, they're really going to make a big deal of Maya Rudolph being the spokesperson for M&M's, and they're going to make a whole deal of it and try to win us all back into M&M land. Not so fast. Doritos. Doritos always comes in hard in the paint at the Super Bowl. I'm Team Doritos. I'm riding Doritos. First commercial. Fuck M&M's. Fuck Maya Rudolph. Fuck woke culture. Doritos. Doritos is the play. And they're plus 105 and M&M's is minus 135. The latest odds I've seen. Next, we got Budweiser v. Heineken, which is going to be the first commercial. As we know, Budweiser, the Clydesdales at the Super Bowl. They always have an amazing commercial. Heineken's going to come out strong too. I got Budweiser first. Give me Budweiser before them. Next, we have first song, halftime. Rihanna's performing halftime. Jan gave us a little tidbit that Jay-Z may be coming out. Jan knows music. I like that. Over under 9.5 songs plus Jay-Z coming out as a guest. That's a bet. It's either over or under 9.5. I'm taking the under 9.5 songs with Jay-Z. Like that. First song for Rihanna. They also have what Rihanna's wearing. I have no idea what Rihanna's wearing. I'm not going to get into that. First song, Rihanna sings. You got old people watching the Super Bowl. They barely know Rihanna. You got to give them a song they kind of know. Let me go Umbrella, 6-1. Under my umbrella, Ella, Ella, A. Everyone knows that song. Come out hot with that. I like that. Gatorade color. Gatorade color. And this all really leans on where you think who's going to win. If it's the Chiefs, you're going orange or red. If it's the Eagles, you're going lime or green or clear or yellow. I'm going lime, green, yellow, plus 125. I've seen it minus some places too, but that means that I'm going Eagles. Eagles to win the Super Bowl. Fuck the Chiefs. Fuck Patrick Mahomes and his brother. Fuck his wife. Minus 1.5 and money line Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. Have a day.